Hunger and malnourishment is a huge problem in the world. Tonight, 800 million people around the world are going to bed hungry. That's 1 in 9 people on the planet. Hunger in America too is a big problem. It affects 50 million Americans. But to be both technically and politically correct, we don't call them hungry, we call them food insecure. That's 1 in 7 Americans. That's the number of people who are on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. We used to call them food stamps. 16 million children live in hungry households. That's 1 in 5 children in America. 620,000 military families on active duty are on SNAP because they are food insecure. That is 1 in 4 military families. Of course, there are emergency feeding programs, soup kitchens and pantries. There used to be 800 of them in 1980. Today there are 60,000. So very few have no access to food at all. But the tragedy is the food in the food pantries is calorie heavy and nutrient light. They are called empty calories. And they are inexpensive compared to fruits and vegetables. The food insecure consume a lot. That's 1 in 3 empty food calories consumed every day. So 70% of adults who are food insecure are either overweight or obese. A recent study estimated that the cost of hunger in America is $160 billion. That, by the way, does not include the federal subsidy program of SNAP or the Women, Infant and Child program known as WIC. That is another $90 billion plus. So we are really talking about the cost of hunger to the American economy at over $250 billion. That is politically, economically, socially and morally unacceptable. But the good news is we have enough food to go around to feed every woman, man and child in the world. We can end both hunger and malnourishment and end it soon in our lifetimes. Alone, we can't. Together, we can. That's why Meera and I set up the Mav Foundation.
The foundation is dedicated to the idea that it is possible to permanently move people out of hunger and malnourishment in a manner that is sustainable, self-reliant, and healthy. We have 3 key focus areas. The first is to partner with grassroots organizations where we desire 2 outcomes. Firstly, to green food pantries across America, and secondly, to remove the stigma of visiting them. The second focus area is to create a hunger collaborative with other organizations, locally and nationally, where we desire to partner in a manner that gives us a wider, deeper, and more meaningful impact. The third focus area is to provide research grants, where the 2 outcomes we desire is firstly, to create a think tank that will study the issues of hunger and malnourishment. And the second is to develop a toolkit, a series of metrics that will help evaluate the efficacy of the program. We believe we can end hunger by 2030. We can do this.
We have 14 years. Let's get this done.